Alright, this is my final for group instruction. This is a test subject. So first, we're going to show the squat. So a lot of people have a really hard time just getting used to the squat in general. So what I like to do is either use TRX rows or cables, but right now we're just stuck using the band. That's totally fine. We're going to wrap around the rack, like so. And then we're going to put the balls of his feet on top of here. A lot of people find it hard to first start squatting. Difficulties in flexibility. So simply what he's just going to do is sit on the bucket and then he's going to get up. Very simple. He's going to try to keep his spine neutral when dead straight. Perfect. Spine's neutral. Awesome. Alrighty. And then we're going to increase the difficulty. He can keep the bucket. Doesn't really matter in this case. So he's going to perform a goblet squat. So he's pushing off with his heels. He's keeping his spine neutral. He's about hip width apart. Alright, and now we're going to show the last level, just conventional squat. So with the conventional squat, he wants the barbell on the thoracic spine. So basically just above his scapula and his rhomboids. Move this out of the way. We're not super concerned with depth right now. We're just about to keep the back healthy. You might want to keep that barbell just a tad bit lower. There you go. This is also known as high bar squatting. Alrighty, perfect. So next we're going to move on to the overhead press. So doing the overhead press, I like to use dumbbells for first starting out. Dumbbells are a lot more versatile. So I'm going to give him the dumbbell. You can even give him two. He's going to use a neutral grip. And also the thing too is that he can actually sit down if he has back issues, but he doesn't currently, so we're just going to stick with this. Alright, so next we're going to move on to the barbell. Oh, press. So he wants to keep his grip pretty narrow. I'd say a little bit more narrow than that. If he makes a narrow grip, he can use his triceps more, and he doesn't have to rely so much more on his anterior deltoids. So let's see it. So what he wants to do is actually put the bar a bit back here. He wants the barbell directly parallel with his spine. You should squeeze with his glutes, squeeze the abs, keep a tight core. It's really going to protect his back. Alright, now let's move on to the deadlift. So for the deadlift, I like to usually start out with the trap bar. The trap bar was invented for people with back issues, helps prevent all types of back pain. So what I have my test subject do to perform a deadlift, what I like him to do is keep his keep about hip width apart. We don't have bumper plates, so we're not going to use any weight. So go ahead and go down. So when he deadlifts, you want to make sure you're kind of looking at the ground. If you look up, it's going to cause problems with your neck. Another thing too is you really want to push off with your heels instead of the balls of your feet. Always keep the weight in the heels. The hex bar deadlift is actually pretty similar to the leg press, believe it or not. So demonstrate it again. Spine's neutral, perfect. I would like to see his feet a bit more closer in, but that's totally fine. Fantastic. Alright. For the last level, we're going to use a barbell. So we're going to stick with just conventional for today. So when he's deadlifting, when he's down, you want to make sure the barbell is about 1.5 inches away from your shins. You want to be about shoulder width apart again. Push off with your heels and keep that spine neutral. The also thing too is you want to brace to really protect your back as well, which means you really got to flex your abs once you're performing the deadlift. Alrighty, fantastic job. Now let's move on to the bench press. So we're just going to move this over here. The bench press is my personal favorite. So, as per usual, we're going to start out with dumbbells. So, Again, this is perfect for beginners. Dumbbells are a lot more versatile. The fact that you can go neutral grip. He wants to keep his head on the bench. He wants to have the 5 points of contact. He's looking pretty good. He's gonna lift up. Boom. He wants to keep his arms abducted closer to the point of midline. All right, he's looking pretty good. Go ahead and put those down. So usually the bar will be at a lower position, but we're kind of moving fast here. Just put it like this on top of the line. So anytime you're performing bench press, it's key to spot the other person. We really don't have a lot of room there, and although we do have safety bars, so it's all good. So the way I like to measure out where you're grabbing on the bench press is stick out your thumbs on the knurls, and then grab. It's perfect. All right, so you want to rack it off. So you want to keep your knuckles facing the ceiling. There you go. You want to keep your arms abducted, hugging your lats. So you want to go down. You want to touch your sternum. So the way I like to think of it is if you're trying to push somebody, you keep your arms in. You don't want to keep your arms out. That could really cause a lot of labrum issues. This is perfect. See, I would like to use a bit more arch, but that's totally fine. We're not competing in powerlifting, so totally fine. Alrighty, this concludes my final. Thanks for watching.